Travis Kelce.
Did you meet him at a Taylor Swift concert?
This whole Taylor thing is very new.
For a single guy to be in a relationship is probably really tough. Mm-hmm. And then add that onto it. What has he said to you just in personal?
Well, obviously something's not right.
What's not on? We're not in focus?
Am I blurry?
Welcome to Howie Mandel Does Stuff. I'm Howie Mandel.
I'm Jacqueline Schultz, his daughter.
And our guest today is Rob Riggle, the very funny, beyond funny. You've done so many things. Heroic, funny, prolific.
Well, thank you, sir. I like that intro. Appreciate it.
But you
Snazzy.
are. Is he snazzy?
Snazzy.
I'll take snazzy. I'll take snazzy all day.
Mm-hmm.
This is my daughter.
Hi.
You have 3 kids.
Two.
Oh, no, you have 3. We were going to, this is a way to.
Oh, my God, this is the reveal?
Should we bring him in?
Yeah.
We should bring him in.
I've always wanted to be Maury. Yeah. You are the father, Rob.
Do you know also that we bring not yours? I really don't. Okay, we maybe we're wrong. And then take it right back out.
Right back out. You remember the last time we worked together?
Yeah. No.
That's good. I always make a real, you were doing a Shark Week?
No, I've never done Shark Week.
No, you were doing something at Discovery, and it was your game.
You know
you
what?
sure you did
You're
research
absolutely
on the
right.
right
I'm
person?
wrong. I'm wrong. You're right. I did do a Shark Week, so it was a Shark Week thing. I bet.
Yeah.
Was it a?
You were hosting.
Yeah. Was it an after? It was like an after show for
I don't know. They said Rob Riggle is doing this show. We would love to have you on. And
that's exactly what it was.
And Rob said the one thing he wants is he wants to work with Howie Mandel. This will be one of the most memorable moments of his entire career. So I showed up. It wasn't big money or anything. It was, I don't even think it was scale.
Yes.
And
everything you said is true. It's 100%.
It is. And I spent the entire day. We worked together. It was one of the highlights of my life. And I thought, oh, he's coming on to do the podcast. I'm going to bring it up. And
we'll talk about it. It was amazing.
So you don't remember?
He doesn't even remember his 3rd child, Dad.
Oh, you're
It's
right.
fine. It's fine.
Does that bring back memories for you? I left
You're
her at a
snazzy
circus.
and forgetful.
I can live with all of these things.
Yeah.
Because you're not saying anything that's inaccurate. So, I mean.
When we talked about bringing you on today, just so that people know, they go, Rob Riggle from what? I say Rob Riggle from every. No, they don't say Rob Riggle from what. I'm saying Rob Riggle from what? It's from everything. Everything.
I thought when you said we were talking about bringing Rob on, it was a real coin flip. But I'm so glad to hear that it wasn't.
No. I wanted to. I'm a huge fan. You're one of the funniest guys, whether it be in movies or television and somebody we just talked about. You're bringing back a podcast. You're bringing back your.
Yeah. I had a podcast before COVID, but then COVID hit, and my co-host, who's a very funny lady, Sarah Tiana. She was having a baby, and we just called it. We've been doing it for 3 years, so we just called it. And now 3 years later, I'm like, you know what? I think I'll bring the thing back.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. So that baby she had.
Yeah.
That's the 3rd.
That what?
You guys work really closely together. That was hers. It's isn't it a sports one? It's a sports.
It was more sports and laughter. Now it's no laughter. We just take the laughter out.
Good idea.
And but now it's more interviews and laughter and joy. That's it.
With each other or the people on it?
Well, it's a different co-host. Darren Leader is a friend of mine, a musician.
Oh, she's not coming back.
She's not coming back. She's got her own things now. She's cooking with gas on many fronts. So
okay.
Yeah.
So and when is that launching?
Tomorrow. Well, November 15th.
Okay.
Yeah. And first interview is Travis Kelce. Who I'm friends with because I'm from Kansas City originally. So,
right.
Yeah.
And that's why you're friends with her, or did you meet him at a Taylor Swift concert?
I actually played golf with Travis. So I've played golf with him for years and known him for years. This whole Taylor thing is very new. Very new. It's only this season.
Have you talked to him throughout this?
Yeah.
And?
He's doing great. He's doing okay.
But that's a big, first of all,
it's really big.
For a single guy to be in a relationship is probably really tough. Mm-hmm. And then add that onto it. What has he said to you just in personal?
He keeps it very light. He's very happy and very positive, and he's just like, hey, it's all good. So I take him at his word.
But don't you think that attention, or he's been in the Super Bowl, so he's had attention.
Oh, he's not afraid of the crowd. I just think that this is a new level.
So I have a question. I have a question though, because this is a question that's going viral on TikTok. Who do you think is, or what do you think is bigger worldwide, the NFL or Taylor Swift?
Worldwide?
Worldwide.
Taylor.
Yeah. But every guy is saying no chance. It's the NFL.
If you're talking,
the NFL is not big all over the world. It's not like soccer.
Well,
I even domestically, I say it's a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
Just based on the population, but 50-50 split domestically. But if you take it globally, I think it's got to be Taylor.
I would imagine she sold more hard tickets than one NFL season on her Eras tour, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just talking domestically.
Yeah.
I'm just asking a viral question that's on TikTok.
No,
and
I think
most
you
men
are.
Not. What?
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And most men are not saying the same thing as you.
Well, I don't know why. Maybe they're denying reality.
Here's the thing that this is what, but when it's new and it's fresh. This is what you got to ask them. Like, what happens when there's going to be tension? Because that's also the public. Like, it was a big deal the other day when he kissed her at the side of the stage in Argentina, or if she's standing with the mother. But there's going to be, if you have a relationship, there's going to be tension, which is also going to be very public.
Then he turns
Unfortunately,
into John Mayer.
probably, yeah. Unfortunately, because here you don't get into relationships with the in a naive way where you think it's all going to be sunshine and roses. There's always going to be moments of friction. There's going to be disappointments. There's going to be all kinds of things. But unfortunately, they're both so high profile, especially.
What a launch for a podcast, Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Are you friends with his brother?
I don't know Jason very well.
You're not a Philadelphia fan.
I'm not. I'm a Chiefs. Dyed in the wool. Grew up in Kansas City. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Next week, I hope the Eagles are playing the Chiefs on Monday Night Football.
I know.
So I'm hoping I'm going to be back in town for that game.
Wow.
And that'll be fun.
Do you know Eric Stone Street?
Very well. We do a charity event together back in Kansas City.
The hospital.
Yeah. It's Paul Rudd, Jason Sudeikis, Stone Street, Dave Keckner, myself, and now we've just added this last year. We added Heidi Gardner because she's from Kansas City as well, and so we've got 6 hosts, and it's a good time. You're more than welcome to come. I'd love if you want.
Oh, he asked me. He said Eric called me and said do this charity and it's for the hospital and everything. And I right away, just as soon as he asked me, without any hesitation, I said no.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand the no hesitation. Couldn't you have just taken a beat and then said no? But it was decisive. It was so decisive.
Well, it's raising money for children in a hospital, and I'm really not in
pediatric cancer.
That's not his thing.
Why don't you add the C word into it too? No, I couldn't. I want to do it. I want to do it. He just schedules it. I think he looks.
You have
at
an
my
open invite. You have an open invite. Let me just put it out there for you.
All right.
If the feeling ever comes you have an open invite.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And you're a good person. And you have 2 kids. How old are your kids now?
19 and 15. I just went down. My daughter goes to school down in Texas, and I went down for Father's Weekend.
Right.
And went to the game this past weekend and had a lovely weekend with my daughter. She's doing wonderful. She's very happy. She's chosen, I believe, a life in the arts, which I tried very hard to.
Well, what art? She's not a mime, is she? I hate mimes.
I hate mimes. Well, I wouldn't be paying for college if she's going to be a mime.
But I'll be honest with you. This is my daughter who I wish when she was that age, she had chosen to be a mime, because it would have been nice to not hear anything.
Not at 19. That was your 19-year-old, right?
19.
Yeah, not at 19. I was fine at 19.
In your opinion.
Okay.
I didn't like what you were saying.
At 19?
Yeah.
I was already gone and out of the house.
That was good. That was very mime-like of you. I wanted you to be trapped in a box and going against the wind. What does your daughter want to do? Is she funny?
She is, but she wants. She enjoys dramatic acting more. She's an actor, and she's very good, I think.
Okay.
And she's she's proven that she is capable of getting work. So
why is she in school?
She wants the experience and she wants the education, and I think she's making a good choice, because I think it's helping her develop, mature. That's pretty much what college is. It's an opportunity to mature
Probably to live
way.
on your own in a safe way.
Yeah.
I agree with you, because I was going to say, and I'll probably get killed in the comments for this, but I'm not one who believes in college unless it is a skill set that you need to, like if you wanted to be a doctor or you wanted to be science. If you want to be an actor or you want to be an entrepreneur, go to work.
Go to work.
Go to work.
I couldn't agree more.
Right. Yeah. So when I don't really understand drama school, and I think there are people that have gone to acting school that are probably less successful than those who just showed up someplace.
I think adulting is hard, and it's very hard for this generation, the younger generation. So I think that the college is that 4 year of, polish, social polish. You do get some skill development because you do get a lot of stage time. And stage time in the beginning is always critical. Whether you're doing stand-up, improv, plays, whatever, acting, stage time is invaluable. And I think you get that stage time. So I see it as good. I see it as good because I'm like you. I'm like, unless you have a very specific calling that requires the higher education, college can be a waste of time for a lot of people.
What's your son doing?
He's in high school, so
I think that's a waste of time. I really do.
Fuck education.
That's
and I'm a teacher.
She is.
I am. I'm a teacher.
That's awesome.
She's a teacher. That's her thing. Fuck education.
Fuck education.
Check out HowieMandel.com for the Fuck Education merch.
We should make that.
Fuck education. I love that. F-E.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome. I'll buy one.
Okay. What?
Fair.
No, we don't. We just fuck education.
Okay.
You know what I'm amazed at? I'm looking at you, and I haven't seen somebody carrying a newspaper in a long time.
I'm old. It's in my driveway every morning. I still get the paper version because I do like it because I can take it with me. Because I know after...
You can't take your phone with you with a...
Yeah, but I don't know. It's something about the tactile feel and being able to find what I want.
Getting your fingers all dirty, being able to take it into the shitter with you.
Thank you.
No, I'm not. I'm kind of not on the same side. I
look at my phone, but the phone takes me down rabbit holes that I don't necessarily want to do. When I want to have more in-depth understanding, I need to read the whole article. And if I get on the thing, I'll hit too many links. I'll go down too many rabbit holes. And the next thing I know, I'm reading an article about frickin' Hamas, and I end up, watching the latest Karen video. So it doesn't.
Aren't those great?
They are great. So that's why I end up watching. But it's one of those things.
Is it possible that those two videos are one and the same?
Karen is now a terrorist organization.
It could be.
Could be.
I'm telling you, have you seen the videos? Yes. Yes. Very much so. So that's why I prefer this because it forces me to stay on topic.
You're old too. You asked me how you
Not
pull
as old
stuff.
as him.
You asked me how to pull stuff.
I'm older than him. What?
You asked me how to pull stuff. How are you going to pull stuff out of the cloud? You asked me the other night.
Right.
How am I going to pull stuff down from the cloud?
Right.
That's old person talk.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I just want it to rain. Anyway, so you brought up news and stuff. You were in the military for many years.
Yes.
Did you ever kill anybody?
No.
Really?
Thought about it. Didn't do it.
So when you're in the service, you just think about killing people, but you didn't do it. But you did see action.
I was in some situations, but I never had to. It was not called upon, so I didn't have to.
When you're in a war situation, but killing was not called upon. Mm-hmm. Were you in what? I know you're a Marine,
right?
And what was your job?
I had a couple different jobs. I did public affairs, which
right. Did they send you out? Public affairs?
Well, that's one of them. I would escort media around the battlefield so they didn't get killed.
Wow.
And then I did civil affairs, which I went out into the local population and I would work with the local mullahs, officials, whoever was a leader, and see if there was ways that we could help them.
In what, do you speak another language?
I don't. I have a master's in public administration, and I think that's why they connected the two. So they were like, oh, well, then why don't you go do civil affairs and get out in town, talk to the local mullahs, and we'll help them build schools. We'll help them with their roads. Because like Afghanistan had no infrastructure at all. So, there's no courts, there's no hospitals, it's just things were really crappy, right? So we would go, and my job was to liaison with them. Now, the military's job is not to build your nation. The military job is to provide a safe environment so that Red Cross, Peace Winds, all these other non-governmental organizations can come in and do their good work, right? But they're not going to come in and do work in a war zone. We have to make it safe. So when the military makes it safe, I liaison with the locals. I tell the...
With a mullah.
Yeah, with the mullahs on occasion. And I tell the NGOs, it's safe. You can come in. You can start doing your work. Hey, mullah, meet Red Cross. Red Cross, meet mullah.
What's an NGO?
Non-governmental organization.
Okay, wow.
And so that, it depended, but those were the two primary jobs that I would do. And I'd always be attached to a unit. So I would be attached to 3rd Battalion, 5th Special Forces, or the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit, or to, whatever, because I was more of an individual floater. So I worked on staffs.
Did you come close to violence?
Yeah. In Kosovo, I was shot at several times.
I met the guy through Jim Jeffries, that he said, the guy that shot Bin Laden. Didn't he just get arrested? You know who I'm talking about?
Rob O'Neill.
Yes.
Yeah, I've met him a couple times.
Yeah.
I did a comedy bit on Funny or Die, where I played the man who shot Bin Laden.
That's why I was going to.
Yeah. So
yeah, but you met the guy.
That's how I met him. Yeah, I think he heard about it, saw it, thought it was funny, and wanted to meet me, and so. Oddly, it was at a Super Bowl party in New York when the New York Super Bowl happened.
Right.
And I just met him at a random party, and he was like, "I'm the guy." I was like, "You're the guy?"
But isn't that? I'm going to ask you as a Marine.
Yeah.
He keeps saying, "I'm the guy." He's hanging out with people. You're not supposed to say you're the guy.
Well, I can't speak for all those the special warfare community. They're their own lot, and they have their own, whatever code of ethics and their own way of doing business, their own standard operating procedures.
That's SEAL team.
Yeah, SEAL teams, and you've got Delta, and you've got all kinds. Every service kind of has their special hoo-yah guys. So I don't ever want to speak for them, or I didn't think they talked about it, but for whatever reason,
he did.
He felt compelled to, and I don't know why, but he
Pussy.
did. I don't know. We'll see.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
For pussy?
I didn't hear what you said.
You didn't hear what I said?
I thought you said, we'll see. And I went, yeah, we'll see.
No. No, I said pussy. I killed Bin Laden would get you.
Well, you know how the reason we shot the whole thing, I was sitting there with Will Ferrell and Adam McKay, and we were talking about doing a bit for Funny or Die.
Right.
And we were having a meeting. We're just sitting in a room. And it was the day after. So they got Bin Laden on a Sunday night. Right. And our meeting was Monday morning.
Right.
So, of course, we're not talking about what we were going to do. All we were talking about is the fact we got Bin Laden, and I was just shooting the shit, talking about it. And we were talking about, God, could you imagine if you were the guy that got Hitler and you're the guy that got Obama? Like, you never have to buy a drink again. You never have to buy a meal. Like, you're going to be a worldwide hero, not just a national hero, but like a real global hero. And, and then, of course, men, we go, and I bet you, getting laid would be a lot easier.
Right.
Right. It would be. And so we go, we got to make a video about this. So that's literally that day we said, scrap whatever we were going to do. Let's make a video about the guy who shot Bin Laden. And we're lamenting too, because we're like, and the thing is no one ever is going to know. This guy could be standing next to you in an elevator. You'd never know because they can't talk about it, right? Or they're
not
back
supposed to.
Yeah. So anyway, that's why we made that comedy video about it.
And it was a funny video.
And it was quick too. Like we decided on Monday, we wrote it on Tuesday, we cast it on Wednesday and shot it on Wednesday and it edited Thursday, and by Friday it was out. It was shabang, bang, 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 bang. So
that's, Funny or Die is a fun. Yeah. Those guys, now you guys how did you come? You're from UCB, right?
Yeah, Upright Citizens Brigade. My improv, I came in New York and I started with them. I was like one of their first students. So my teachers in improv were Amy Poehler, Matt Walsh, Matt Besser, and Ian Roberts.
Wow.
So I felt blessed that I got to learn from such unbelievably talented people.
But you do it all. So you do improv. You're doing these sketches. What do you like better, acting? And you also do stand-up. Didn't you do some
I did stand-up for a while. When I was on The Daily Show, I shared an office with John Oliver.
Yeah.
And I used to make him come down to the Upright Citizens Brigade to do monologues for the Ass Cat show, which is just a long-form improv show.
Right.
And And then he said, all right, now you got to come with me and do stand-up. And I was like, oh, dude, I suck at stand-up. I tried it. I hated it. They hate me. You know, it just was, because I went to the comic strip on the Upper East Side.
Yeah.
And there was a comedian up there who was teaching the classes. The first thing I did when I got to New York, I took his class. D.F. Swinley, Sweden? I don't know what his name is.
He's the consummate comedy professor. Everybody knows who he is. D.F. Swinley.
But I went in there.
Sometimes I'll go to a show and I'll listen to somebody in the audience is roaring and they go, "This is amazing." Well, he's no D.F. Swim. I will say that.
Well, when I got to New York, I was on active duty in the Marines, and I had no idea how I was going to do comedy and show business, but be an actor or a comedian, which I wanted to do. I knew I wanted it. I didn't know how. And the only thing I knew was I loved storytelling comedians like Eddie Murphy, or, you know, I liked the storytelling.
Yes.
And so that I thought that's if I do anything, I'll be a storyteller type comedian. And when I got to this class, he was like, no. We do 3 jokes per minute, set up, punch, set up, punch, set up, punch, set up, punch.
That's so DFS. It is.
And so I was like, all right. So I tried to do it his way. I hated it. It was kind of like putting on a really uncomfortable shoe. And then I found the Upright Citizens Brigade, and I was like, oh, this is what I'm doing. So I let go of stand up. But then when I was with John, he was like, he made me go with him to these clubs, and he was a bachelor. I was a geographical bachelor. I mean, my family was on the West Coast. I was on the East Coast. And
a geographical bachelor.
Just meaning, you know, I wasn't.
If you're not with the wife, then you're not married.
I mean, am I missing something?
I don't know. Again, you're teaching us something that we didn't know. Are you single? Geographically. Do you see her? And there is no her.
50-mile radius. What are we talking? But then, so I would go out with John, because we both didn't. After work, I would just walk home, and that was it. That was what I would do, because anything else was bad. You know, if I went out, I would spend money or get in trouble. So there was no point in me going out.
Right.
So when John was like, let's go, well, because New York's so great, you can hit 4 or 5 mics in a night. You just jump in a cab and go to the next one. Jump in a cab, go to the next one. And I was able to build a set, and he kind of helped me understand how to do that, and I was very grateful. So then I was able to build a set and tour it for several years, and I really enjoyed that. That was great. But then I stopped doing that when I got Fox NFL. So
see that?
Mm-hmm.
What does that teach you?
Just to work really hard at something, and then you're done.
There is a finish line. There is a finish line. Don't let anybody tell you.
You don't do stand up. You don't want to do stand up anymore. You don't want to do stand up anymore.
No, I would love to. I just remember it took me a year, maybe 14 to 15 months to build that set, that 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was grinding.
Yeah.
And so
people don't realize
building a set is hard. And then when
people
you
don't
tour,
I want to say to the people that if it could take you almost a month to come up with a lot of jokes. Mm-hmm. That people don't realize that's the toughest thing in the like. They look at people who are working on our highways or
like manual labor and stuff, but
manual
it's nothing.
labor. People looking for a cure for cancer. People working in labs.
Total bullshit.
Bullshit. They don't realize that comedy. You could spend almost a year coming up with like silly ideas and jokes, and then. What do you got to show for it? Like a Netflix special or something like that? Really, it's not worth it. That's why if you're even thinking of going into comedy, I would do hard labor.
Yeah, absolutely. Grab a hammer.
And I know right now all the DF Union fans are saying, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Go see DF Union in New York and start building. Who is it?
I don't even know if I got the initials right, to be honest with you.
Really?
The DF's not right?
I don't know.
So let's call it like it is. Where did you learn comedy? So you're close to your kids? Your kids, are they fans?
Yeah, well, I think so. I'm fans of theirs. I think they're fans of mine.
Sometimes being fans of somebody doesn't reciprocate. Like I've got people that I really admire who can't stand me. Well, you have an ex-wife. You got to have somebody who can't stand you.
So she falls in that category.
Yeah, I don't want to
No,
bring that up.
maybe it's nice.
No, I don't think it is.
No.
Oh,
No,
never mind then.
That was news. You talked about that publicly.
If I did, it was very brief and it was very nebulous. I didn't talk about it. I think what happened was, some reporters found. I don't drill down on that stuff.
Well, no, we won't talk about it. But it wasn't amicable or fun.
No, it wasn't. And sometimes, when you go into the courts, there's these people, I don't know if they're paparazzi or whatever, but there's news people that just literally sit at the courthouse all day and wait and just look at all the filings to see if they recognize a name.
Oh, so that's when you walked out of like a divorce court, you were hounded by.
I just know that there's filings and things that happen, and I think the reporters just hung out at there.
Now I don't know anything about your divorce, or I know nothing, but can I just say something that may have not helped you? Geographical bachelor. I'm just saying. And if your kids are listening to this podcast, he doesn't. And you're talking about hundreds of miles, not
thousands. We're talking New York to L.A.
Yeah,
well, he wasn't
in the same city.
He was saying 50-mile radius. He made it a very, very small.
That's just flirting.
Yeah.
But the actual,
that's got to be tri-state area. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Tri-state area.
Oh, you had a tri-state?
50-mile radius.
Did you get caught with a tri-state? Have you ever been involved in a menage a state?
No.
Okay.
Menage a state.
Isn't that what a tri-state is?
You know why? It was I couldn't bring. I literally I was off SNL. I moved out everybody out west here for a new beginning, and I was trying to find work because all the work was out here on the West Coast. As soon as I got everybody out there, I got the freaking Daily Show. So I had to go back, but they were only doing it 6 months at a time.
Right.
So they want basic cable doesn't pay anything.
Right.
So I didn't have the money to move them back.
The family back.
Yeah, especially for just 6 months. What if I had moved everybody back, and at the end of that 6 months, they said, it's not a good fit.
It'd be crazy.
Sorry, yeah.
It'd be crazy.
Then I'd have to.
You don't want the family to come with you.
Exactly. I was broke. I literally was broke. I could not even move them if I wanted to. As a matter of fact, if I did not get the Daily Show, I was out of money. We were flat broke, but I was not going to let my young daughter and wife at the time starve or be homeless or not have medical.
That's so commendable.
Thank you. So I was about to go back on active duty. I was about to go. If I had not got the Daily Show, I was going to. I literally,
when you say to a wife or a family, "I would kill for you," that you were willing to do.
I was absolutely willing to. I was going to say. I even called my wife because I thought I blew the audition at the Daily Show, and I said I apologized to her. I said, "Honey, I think I blew it, but don't worry, we're going to be fine." Because that was 2006, and it was height of the war, and they needed people, and so I knew they'd pick me up in a heartbeat because I was still in the reserves or whatever. So I was like, I'll go back on active duty. We'll get the steady paycheck. We'll get the medical. We'll be covered. Everything will be fine. I might have to deploy, but that's what it is. And don't worry, and we're going to be fine. We're not going to be homeless. We're not going to be on the street. But I was at wit's end.
Wow.
So I was very happy that I got the gig.
Are you a pilot?
Yeah.
Do you still fly?
I do.
What do you fly?
The Cirrus Vision Jet.
Does that have? That's the one that has the
parachute.
Parachute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they make great. They have the SR-22 and the Vision Jet, and the Vision Jet is phenomenal.
You have a Vision Jet?
I don't have that kind of money, but I have friends at Cirrus that let me fly with them.
And the fact that we mentioned it on the podcast, do we get a Cirrus?
I mean, you want a sponsorship?
Oh, a lot of podcasts aren't brought to you by airplanes.
No, that's a good point.
Isn't it? We could be the podcast of Cirrus.
We should do podcasts up in the air, and then they'll give you airplanes.
But that's the safest airplane. I have a friend that has one of those, and that airplane, if things go wrong, the parachute comes out of the back, and it just floats down, right?
Yep. And there's actually two really cool things about it. First, there is a red button above.
That's cool.
That
a lot of people don't have a red button.
They've got blue. They've got yellow.
Oh, but they got red buttons like on the dashboard. But the fact that you have a red button above.
Here's the thing: if the pilot dies, right? Which
this is going to be funny. This is going to be funny.
You could push the
wait. This is going to be funny. So we'll go to a commercial. This is a great hang. If the pilot dies, and now here's a word from our sponsor. Okay, so now we have a commercial, and it's our new sponsor, Kenny got a smoke machine. Kenny, wait, your mic's not working. He unplugged your mic and plugged in a smoke machine.
Did you unplug the mic for the smoke machine?
He did. He unplugged the mic and then put in the smoke machine. What? This is for Uncommon Goods. And I love them. If you want to get somebody a gift and you want them to go, where did this come from? They have amazing, I'll just tell you, for your daughter, I bought that piano. There's a little baby piano and it lights up and that's how she's learning piano from Uncommon Goods.
I actually bought my brother and my sister a gift from Uncommon Goods, and I was planning on using it also for my holiday shopping. We
should see if they have Kenny, unplug the machine and plug in her mic. Anyway, you can get art, you can get jewelry, you can get kitchen and home bar things, all from Uncommon Goods. They have something for everyone, and not the same lackluster gifts you can find just anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $2.5 million to date. And you want to tell them how do I tell them? Like this?
Okay. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/Howie. That's uncommongoods.com/Howie for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time deal offer. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary.
Kenny, unplug the smoke machine and put her mic back on. Back to the show. Kenny. The holiday, it doesn't stop with you, does it? This is another sponsor, same sound.
Prize Picks.
Prize Picks.
A different sponsor.
Yeah, which I love because it's the most fun I had making 25 times the money I put in.
And I told you I like it because my husband uses it all the time too. With the basketball season here, you can now pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports or leagues. For example, like LeBron James plus Travis Kelce. We all know Travis Kelce now.
Oh, isn't that Travis?
Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
The biggest Swiftie there is.
Yeah, at a 10.5
I wonder if he is a Swiftie.
Of 3 points made.
What I mean
plus
is
receptions.
He finishes fast.
Good job, Dad.
There you go.
Prize Picks even offers a reboot policy so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For football and basketball games, if you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, the player is rebooted.
Yeah.
Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy sports platform with an injury insurance policy. Do you hear those bells going off? That's bells for Prize Picks. You know?
I don't. No, I'm just. I wish I could. I wish we could have a producer pick.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't pick Kenny.
Anyways, my husband has been using it. He loves it. I don't mind it because he's able to do it really fast. Therefore, he's able to come help me with the kids and stuff. And it doesn't take him a long time to do his whole fantasy league stuff.
Okay. So how do they get involved?
You go to prizepicks.com/Howie and use code Howie for a first deposit match up to $100.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is go to prizepicks.com/Howie and use the code Howie for a first deposit matchup up to $100. Yeah. Isn't that great? That is great. This sound, not so great. Not enjoying the holidays. They're not even here. And I want it to go away right now.
No, I love them.
Kenny.
So good. Keep it going, Kenny. Sponsors are going to be happy.
Yeah. Okay, now we're back on the other side of the commercial. And we were just telling a story about the Cirrus, which has this red button on it. And you, before the break, said...
If the pilot dies...
Wait till you hear this. Go ahead.
You push the button and it lands itself. The plane lands itself. It makes all the calls, makes all the radio calls. It does everything. It comes into final, puts the gear down, and lands.
Hold on. If the pilot dies, who's pressing the red button?
Any passenger. Anybody. That's the thing.
But we don't know.
That's why it's a big red button.
But what if it's just the pilot?
But here's
No. The pilot briefs everybody before you get in.
Oh, instead of this is the exit or this is the thing, he goes, look at this red button. I don't give a shit about anything else.
If I go down, push the red button and sit back and relax and enjoy the flight.
What if he forgets? Like I wouldn't know.
Shouldn't every plane have that?
Yeah, why doesn't every
You
plane?
would think, but no. That's why Sirius is very special. And then
they should put that on American Airlines. No, they should. Like if it's
they have co-pilots. They have co-pilots there.
Well, this is just one pilot. But I would think if I was flying someplace, thank God, I hope he tells me or she tells me. Because I would never, like that would be the last thing. Like if I saw the pilot was dead, I wouldn't go up and start pressing buttons.
Well, that's the thing. Like the cockpit is here, right? But the big red safety button is up here. So it's very distinct. Very distinct. It's the only big red button.
Why wouldn't they just press the red button anyways and sit back like a Tesla, like a self-driving thing?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's an emergency thing. It truly is. I think it sends out an emergency signal. It clears airspace.
Got it.
It does things that you don't want to do on a regular flight.
Okay.
So
why wouldn't you want to clear all the airspace and have a nice, safe, automatic landing?
With a wide berth, no planes around, nothing. Because it would upset a lot of people trying to get to their destination.
Have you ever, like, just accidentally, as you're getting up out of your seat, press the red button?
No. Why?
Where do you fly when you fly?
Regionally. So Phoenix, Vegas,
so you can
San Diego.
Not far
Palm
enough to be a
Springs.
bachelor. But you are a bachelor. But I mean, if you were married.
No.
50 miles. Yes, far enough to be a bachelor.
Yeah.
I was.
That was the longest. Processing.
And it was not even processed. We have a segment called A Moment with Lou.
Okay.
And it's this guy, Lou Dinos. Our audience knows Lou. Lou is a friend of mine who started not too long ago. Would you like to spend a moment with Lou?
Sure, love it.
Okay, hit it.
It's time for Lou. It's a Lou moment.
Like I know that he eats chips and he's walked in here a couple times.
Lou.
Why are you here, Lou?
We want some fucking shiplap, motherfucker.
Punch it up, Lou.
Hoopity hoopity do do hoo, hoopity hoo, doopity hoopity doo.
Lou, please let me
Oh,
finish.
Lou!
Umbrella in a can.
What? Smoke machines?
Unbelievable.
It's a Lou moment.
God bless, Lou.
Oh my gosh.
That's
I
the...
didn't even know I was going to be on the show. I really didn't even know. This is... Oh, there we go.
That's the nuclear football right
That's
there.
funny, right? So anyway, I didn't know I was going to be on the show.
You're not on
and
the
I
mic
didn't have
again.
anything prepared.
You're not on the.
You're not on mic.
I didn't have anything prepared. So I wanted to... well, here, I like graphs. You like graphs? I love graphs.
Talk to Rob. He's the
I
guest.
did this graph.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
you
think they
see
can
that
see
it
what
starts
the-
there.
They
and
can't see
right
it because
here,
he's got the thing.
Right here.
Can I say something?
Yes, go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. It doesn't matter if they can't see it.
Right here,
Even if
if
you
you look
can't
at the
see
graph
it.
right
I'm reading
here,
the comments now. We
that's
can't
the
see his
top
fucking graph.
of the graph right there.
I would agree.
And then it's going up. It's going up.
Can they
The
see the
graph
graph?
is going up.
I see it.
Can they see the graph?
You need to go up.
You know, that's the camera, and then you have a briefcase in front of your graph.
It's going up.
It's going up.
You think
You see at the
viewership
very
is
end,
going
it's
up?
going up.
Yeah.
And right there, it's at the top of the graph.
Yeah.
You can use this in business meetings. And then also the other thing I did is I do these calculations, and these are incorrect
How long
math.
is the
Yeah, that's
moment, Lou?
not right.
These are incorrect math.
Until Rob doesn't
If
want
you
to
look
be in
at
it
this,
anymore.
you see.
He's not going to say
Hello,
that he doesn't want
hello. If you look at this, you'll see that 27
Why wouldn't he
times
say
8
it?
equals 14.
to. People are nice.
Incorrect math.
Yeah.
You don't need a calculator for these calculations.
You think he's being nice,
You
or do
really
you think
don't.
he's
He's
enjoying
not
him?
gonna
And then
say.
my favorite one is
bet he says, "I've had
428
enough of
times
this."
81.
I just think that there should
Definitely
be a
not
timer,
11.
so it's a
Incorrect
moment.
math.
Like
It's totally
60
incorrect.
It's
seconds.
incorrect
Did you
math.
think
And
it
then
through?
finally,
Like what a moment means?
I also decided
could be,
that it's important to talk about words that shouldn't be in the English language.
Would Dawn... What?
Are you
Should
okay
not
with
be
this?
in the English
Rob,
language.
if you've had enough of this, you
Well,
could
I'm curious about the words.
okay.
Okay, and then also
Class.
words, estrinium should not be in the English language.
Talk to the guest, Lou, not us.
Estrinium should not be in the English language.
I don't even know what it means. Do you know what it means,
It's
Luke?
not a word.
You made it up, Astranium?
It's not in the English language.
Oh, and you want it to be in. I thought you
no,
wanted
I
it out.
don't want it to be in. Clasp. Oh, that one.
That
shouldn't be
is
there.
in there.
That is in the English language.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be there. Sorry about that. And packlort, another word that should not be in the English language.
Okay. Pack Lord.
Yeah. And now,
And
I didn't know I was going to do this, but I have gifts.
That's very generous.
I
very
know.
Kind.
It's rare that I do this, but this is for Jackie.
Sweet.
To Jackie,
thank you.
I hope that today is better than yesterday,
That's lovely sentiment.
and that tomorrow will be even better than today. In fact, I would like the whole month to be much better than the previous month, and that next year will be so much greater.
That's
Thank you.
This is to Jackie.
Thank you. Would you mind maybe if we pick a commenter from this video, maybe they can also win that signed copy? Is that okay?
Sure, but I also have
Time for
one. What's her name?
Lou. It's a Lou
Lou, it's
moment.
done.
I know that
The moment is done,
Chips,
Lou.
and he's walked in here a couple times.
God bless you, Lou.
Why are you here, Lou?
We want some fucking shiplap, motherfucker.
Punch it up, Lou.
Hoopity-hoopity-do-do.
God bless you, Lou. Nice to meet you.
Lou, please let me finish.
Can I have my gift?
God bless.
in a
The
can.
smoke,
you.
the headshots, the words, the bad math. God bless you.
Oh my gosh.
My God. I could watch the videos of him eating and enjoying chips and a beverage all day too.
I do feel like this would be great for one of our commenters. Like if they comment, maybe we can pick someone that will win this.
Win that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
If he doesn't mind.
That's a great frame it.
Should we send it frame?
Send it in a frame. Do it classy. Do it Do it real. Do it classy. Make it upgrade. What's it? Level up? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Level up?
Level up. Level up.
I don't know if we have that level of success yet on our podcast to get frames, but we'll see.
I think
I don't
you
think.
guys-
I think they should frame it.
They should frame it
They should
themselves.
frame it.
I'll
Our
put it
viewers-
in cardboard so it stays flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't want one. The last thing we gave away was a pen, so I don't want people to feel like, why are they doing more for that viewer than they are doing?
That was Kenny's pen. That was Kenny's pen.
Are you afraid that the pin recipient or winner
It was from
would
Kenny.
come back on you?
It's from Kenny. Kenny is, just to explain to you, Kenny is, and I'll introduce you to Kenny and feel free to comment along. Kenny is our producer. He produces our commercials.
Okay.
I don't know if have you ever watched any of our, have you ever watched our podcast? Well, but that was a very Lou moment.
Yeah, you're very much like Lou. I think he rubbed off on you.
You were saying?
People who are just listening like on Spotify or that isn't Lou. Lou has left. That's Rob Riggle doing a Lou impression when you're on a podcast. You want every last bit of it.
I paid a lot of money for that.
Yeah,
And
that
I'm
was
going
at
to
Starbucks. What is your drink of choice?
iced mocha with whipped cream.
Do they get your name wrong?
Yes.
I know, because I'm amazed at Starbucks, because you can go, I want a half latte canifiato with a whatever.
Yeah.
Canifiato.
Quifado.
A quifado.
Yeah.
There we got a quifado with a touch of cream. But and then they'll go, Rube? Like they don't get robbed.
Well, you know what I consistently get? It must be me, and I'm willing to take the heat. I must say Rob in a way they can't understand, because it's always Ralph. They always say Ralph.
No, I think it's Starbucks. Starbucks doesn't get the names. They don't get the names. Howie has never been said.
That's the
back to
clearest
me.
name. That's such a
actually-
distinct name.
I think it's a conspiracy because more people post about Starbucks saying like, look at the name they wrote on here. Look at what they called me. And it's free promotion. They're told not
You
to get
think
the.
this is a plan?
It's all a plan.
This is new Coke, old Coke. That's the level of conspiracy you're talking about.
I think See?
Jackie's right.
Oh, Jesus.
No, dear.
Oh,
Say,
dear.
oh, dear.
Oh,
Oh, dear. That's
Jackie's
fantastic. What's that?
Be
Right. Why would you
careful,
put your finger in a strange
I'm
deer's
curious.
Be
I was
careful,
curious.
Though. It does fall. The antlers fall, and it could hurt you. Seriously injure you.
Duly noted. Good place for it then. Dynamite.
Well, we just want to get guest reactions.
Got it.
You always want a guest
A
reaction.
viral moment.
Because if we had it over there and it fell, you might just, I'm going to be a professional. I'm going to act like nothing happened.
Right.
But if it falls in your head and you're bleeding,
Yes.
what are you going to say?
Viral video, multiple hits, millions perhaps.
No pun intended.
Yes.
Anyway, I was talking about Kenny. Kenny produces our commercials.
Is that Kenny?
Kenny is over there, but you can't see him. He's not on camera. That's not, Kyle's going, not me.
Not me.
Don't think I'm Kenny, but Kenny takes real pride in overproducing the commercials, and we just missed Kenny. You are lucky, Rob. Rob Riggle is back. He has just been back all through October. He went on vacation, and he went to Italy, and he said, can I show, I made a vacation video of me in Italy, and...
I'm already loving this,
why?
by the way. I'm curious. I'm curious to see how he overproduced it.
Well, he produces his own thing. Feel free to talk. Kenny, if you want to roll your trip to Italy video, this is his vacation. He was there for a week. I have not seen this here. You can look at it.
Oh, thank you.
Well, music, everything.
Well,
It's
but
off-center.
that's Hawaiian music.
Yeah, this
October
is
2020.
totally the wrong music.
It is
for
the
Italy.
wrong music. Oh, look, there goes Kenny. Kenny's
Oh, he's
that's
doing the-
Kenny's eye.
He's doing the Indiana Jones thing though, where
Where's he
You know.
going?
he flies across the map.
But that's not a map. That's his eye stuck in all the pictures.
If people are just listening on Spotify or Apple or something,
This
they
is
really
Italy.
need to tune into the YouTube for this.
That's Kenny. Lean
Lean
Tower
Tower
of
of
Pizza.
Pizza.
The Lean Tower of Pizza. But you didn't even pull back. What is that?
What is it?
That's a boat.
A gondola?
Canal boat.
boat.
Canal boat.
Driving.
In Venice Canal, Venice, California. That's from when he got home. Canal boat.
Statue of Dave.
Of Dave. And just his foot, by the way.
Well, maybe he did that on purpose.
No, I don't think he did. I think he thinks that's a good picture of Dave. What is that?
Coliseum.
Coliseum.
But that's actually
See him.
Coliseum. That's the That is the Coliseum behind there. What is
The
that?
Vatican, right?
16 chapels. Oh.
16 Chapel, not the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah.
People are looking
Look at
up,
the girl
and
hanging from the bars.
there's a girl. What is this?
Trevor's Fountains.
What is that?
The Trevi Fountain. The Trevi. The
Trevi
in Rome.
Fountain? How do you
Yeah.
say that in Rome?
Yeah.
It's not Trevor's Fountain. What is that?
Who's that?
What is that? Who is that? It's a lady.
Who's in his travel crew?
Florence. That's a lady named Florence.
That's
Oh,
Florence.
again,
that?
Statue of Dave.
Dave.
Again. We're back at the foot.
Where's the music?
Where's the music, Kenny?
And now the music.
There's Florence
again.
In Capri.
Capri.
Oh, yeah. So we're clear. In Capri.
Florence is in Capri. The music is over. This is the guy that produces all our commercials, and that's
Is that
Kenny.
done?
I think it is.
Such a weird place to take the music out.
Why?
But
I don't think Kenny did that purposely. So that's who we've hired to do our commercials.
That's
But,
who?
You had a great Hawaiian vacation in Italy and Venice, California,
spend
with a
time with
strange
Florence.
and a strange woman named Florence, and hanging out at Trevor's Fountain.
and the 16 chapels. That's really amazing. I enjoyed that tremendously. I love the pictures of the other tourists
yeah.
as opposed to the actual.
You know, no
place.
one does that.
No one does
does that.
That's why it's cutting edge. That's why he's cutting edge.
That's why we hired him. He's different than everyone else.
Yeah, he's got a different
It's really
vision.
close to cutting Kenny. I would love to cut Kenny from the...
Dad!
I'm sorry.
That's so rude.
It is rude.
He's got a vision, you guys, a very specific vision.
And that's why we had close-ups of his eye. I think that's what he was saying there. Rob, you are amazing. You want to plug the name of your new podcast is, or the old podcast, but is it the same name because you have a different co-host?
Same name. Wriggles Picks podcast. Wriggles Picks.
Okay. How can you
podcast?
have a Wriggles Picks podcast?
Yeah.
How can you have a podcast with a co-host but not name the co-host? That's ridiculous.
I threw it out there the first time. They didn't want it.
Don't you think that's ridiculous to have a podcast and not name the co-host?
It was
talking to the viewer.
So Wriggles Picks was what I called the segment I used to do on Fox NFL. And so
Right.
it came from there to the podcast, and the name just came that way. I offered up changing the name.
Oh, you did?
I did.
That's nice.
I did offer up.
That's
and,
nice.
And Sarah said no. She thought the Wriggles Picks was a better name. So I said,
That's good
okay.
that you gave the option.
Of
no?
course.
Of course. Of course.
Of course.
What are you getting at?
Nothing.
Is there everything okay here? I feel like
A little tension.
I don't know why.
Is it the circus?
Howie Mandel Does Stuff.
Oh, I see. It should be in all capitals letters. Is what you're.
No, we don't have to talk about. I feel like we're always bringing up, like,
Want to take a phone call?
rehashing, opening up old wounds.
So we post on, let's not talk about it then. I don't want that. You're just mad. She's mad because I left her at the circus. Anyway, the thing is that
It's real.
Yeah.
True.
And still, but you're still holding on to it?
Yeah.
You would. Who leaves their kid? Have you ever left your kid at the
Did you
circus?
see how fast she dropped that phone and spun? That was like a quick draw in the middle of the street. That was amazing.
So
no, I've never left my child anywhere. That's ridiculous. Only the world's biggest a-hole leaves their child somewhere. Anyway, what were you saying?
Didn't you leave them with your ex?
Anyway, country.
It sounds like a fucking circus to me. Anyway, we post who's going to be on, and we suggest if you want to talk, we talk to our viewers. If you want to talk to Rob, and are you okay with taking a phone call?
Sure.
All right. Rob Riggle is here. He is an actor, a comedian, a geographic bachelor.
Do you hear it?
Yes. This is a call. They know that you're on, so let's see.
Hello?
Can you hear?
Hello, yes.
This is you are talking to Rob Riggle. What is your name, sir?
Hi, my name's Derek.
Hi, Derek.
Hi, Derek.
So are you a fan of
Is
Rob's?
actually Rob Riggle?
Yes, sir.
No, I'm Howie. Oh, that's Rob. I'll let him talk. Go ahead.
Oh, gosh. Rob, I have been trying so hard to get a hold of you. I've sent you quite a few DMs, actually. I've really been...
Well, don't take it personally. I don't check. I don't check
There was
my.
one time, actually.
I don't check my DMs.
So I know you're a huge Kansas City fan. I'm from Dallas. One time my buddy Eric, we're electricians here in Dallas. Shout out Eric, he's awesome. It was.
Wait, let's take a moment. Let's take a moment now. Shout out to Eric.
2019.
Wait, Derek. Shout out to Eric.
Shout out to Eric.
And all electricians in
Eric.
Dallas.
Yeah, it was 2019.
Go to HowieMandel.com for all the electronics, all the electricians in if you want Howie merch, go to HowieMandel.com.
Yeah. In the greater Dallas-Fort Worth area, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, it was.
You're talking to Rob.
2019 or was it 2020? No, because that was COVID. I think it was probably.
That's COVID is when Rob stopped his.
We drove from Dallas to Kansas City to. We went to go see the Chiefs play the Cowboys game. I'm not really a big fan of football. Sometimes I'll watch it with my dad. Shout out my dad. He rules. You probably like him.
What, you're assuming Rob thinks your dad is dead?
No,
Rob,
let's shout out. Let's shout out. That's
no,
fine.
you looked up.
I do. Well, that's okay.
Is your dad dead?
Dad.
My dad's not dead. No.
No. He's with us. All right, keep going, Derek.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the living.
We watch football sometimes. I'm not a huge football fan, but
got it.
My buddy Eric, he had tickets to go see, and I wanted to go specifically, just hoping that you were there so that I can maybe meet you and ask you a question and stuff.
Well, it's nice to talk to you now. So, what's your question?
My question is, what's Ariana Grande like?
Why would you ask?
Because I did when she was on a TV show called Victorious, I think, back on Nickelodeon. I was a guest on that show because my daughter loved that show. She was, a fan of the show. So I did the show basically so my daughter could meet everybody on the show, and it was a fun time. We had a blast, and she was in Ariana I just blanked on her name. It
doesn't matter.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Yes, Ariana Grande.
You didn't know her name?
She was very nice. No, I know her name. I just blanked on it for a second.
But when you were working with her?
No, I did. Yeah, of course.
Did you know her?
Oh,
did
yeah.
you say, hey?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know who you
No. It was an ensemble cast, but she was very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice. Yeah. Have you seen The Breakfast Club?
I saw part of it.
That's
I think
movie from the 80s.
I watched it with my daughter.
That's a movie from the 80s. Were you in?
No. But it was the episode we did on Victorious was a parody of Breakfast Club. Basically, they were a bunch of high school kids, and I gave them Saturday detention, and I was playing a jerk principal like the one in Breakfast Club. Correct?
Yeah, she did. She did so good in that. She crushed that part. It was awesome to see that.
Wait. She played. I don't get that. I'm not understanding what the question is.
You went to a football hoping that you would get to ask this question.
That's common.
Yeah.
A lot of people drive across the country to ask what I think about Ariana Grande.
In a particular sketch.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
She was amazing. She was amazing in that episode specifically, but just all around.
Yeah.
She's just really
She
good.
was definitely a star on
I wanted
that
to see
show.
what she was like. That was like right before her first album came out. Was she like singing, or did she talk about that at all?
The week I was on set, she didn't sing, but she was a pure joy to work with, as was the entire cast, who all of them pretty much went on to do great things.
I don't know. I don't know the cast of that show.
You wouldn't.
Young actors, very talented.
Have you ever met Ariana Grande?
Have I?
Yes.
Or any of the other electricians in the
Eric?
Fort Worth, Dallas
No.
area?
Me and Eric have not. That's why. I mean, I think she's just absolutely amazing. So that's why I wanted to see what she was like. I hope to meet her one day. I really that's a goal of mine. So.
All right. Well, I can vouch for the fact that she's really, really talented and very, very nice.
Oh, that is so good to hear.
Yeah.
That worked out well.
Thank you, Dallas.
Should we say bye?
Thank you, Derek.
Do you have anything else to ask Rob?
Did she? I guess she dyed her hair red constantly for that. Did she say anything about that or
say anything about? I'm sorry, Derek. What was it? Say anything about
her hair, like the red.
No.
What?
Well, ask the question again.
Say it again.
Ask the question again.
So she dyed her hair red in that show quite a bit. I was just wondering if there's anything like on set with her talking about that, or if your opinion, do you like her better red or her natural hair color now?
She can pull off anything. Her natural hair color though is the way to go always, and she never talked about her hair while we were on set.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, thank you. That's great information. That makes me very happy to hear all that.
Well,
thank
good.
you very much, Rob Riggle.
Good, absolutely.
All right.
Thanks again, Derek.
Derek?
Should I hang up?
Derek?
Should I hang up?
Did he go?
Are you still there?
Yeah, we're there.
Oh, okay. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good night.
Lovely. So Derek, whose friend Eric, engineer, electricians in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yeah.
Passionate about Ariana Grande. And I feel like I made the guy's day. I feel like I really gave him some insight.
You really did.
He's been waiting for this.
He's been chasing Rob Riggle since when did you do this?
I did it had to be like 12 years ago. It had to be. I mean, at least a decade. It's been over a decade.
Over a decade.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's been waiting.
Well, he appreciates the work. I see that. I get it. It didn't receive the critical acclaim it probably deserved.
Well, today it did.
Yeah, thank you.
Today it did.
Thank you.
And you really I mean, all kidding aside, you think that her hair color today is better than any of the other choices?
That's not her natural hair color. She's
isn't.
blonde today.
The hair color she had on the show was it was like this, clearly dyed red. It was not a natural red. It was a clearly dyed.
For the Breakfast Club piece.
No, for her
show.
character on the show, and I think it was because she was supposed to be like quirky rebel type character,
right?
So the hair was unusual. So I think going back to her natural hair color was a good move.
Thank you.
Yeah. But again, that's the first time I've ever been asked for that opinion. So that's just me. Look.
It is just you.
It's just me.
It is. And I think that, and just talking to the people that are producing this, what a great clickbait. Rob Riggle talks about Ariana Grande's natural hair color versus some of the other choices she has made over the last decade will really get us.
It's going to get me on so many unwanted lists.
No, you said all these nice stuff.
Not the way he painted the clickbait. See how he painted the clickbait?
What?
Yeah.
He made it sound controversial. He made it sound
But if anyone listens,
like I was criticizing her.
but if anyone listens,
But you were.
they would hear.
You are.
Well, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No.
You're saying that she.
I said very clearly in the answer to him, she can pull off anything. I think everybody remembers me saying she can pull off anything, meaning it all works. But I think preference-wise, I think her natural hair color is always the way to go.
You know, her name's not even Grande. I heard her say on a talk show that it's pronounced Grandy or something.
Minute. Her real name is Minute, and she had it supersized for show business.
Right? It was, and then she went too
tall.
big.
It was tall.
Then it went Vente.
Then it
they
went
landed
Vente,
on Grande.
Yeah.
I see
In
what you
fact,
did.
she's suing Starbucks. I wonder if they get
But
her
they got
name
her
right.
name wrong. Exactly.
Yes.
That's it.
Ariana, here's your Grande. Ariana. Anyway, we actually.
So that caller, that was the one caller. Thank you, Kyle. I'm looking right at you.
You could say something, Kyle.
No, he just turned on the smoke machine.
Why did you turn on the smoke machine?
You're welcome.
Okay. Anyway, we actually finished the episode, right?
Oh,
Wow.
That's how you say goodbye?
I didn't say
Not
goodbye yet.
usually. We
Not
didn't.
usually.
Smoke and the tribal drums. And the
Rob Riggle, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You've been great.